healing journey. Man, so this one today, I want to say is definitely a real topic, a real discussion, because I think it's something that a lot of people are challenged with, they're faced with, and we don't talk about it enough. And so we're going to talk about it today on Healing Journey. You're going to heal with us. This is what it's about, healing with us. And so we're going to talk about, can you trust God again? Can you trust God again? After you went through the tragedy, the setback, after you went through disappointment, after you went through the divorce, after you went through financial loss, after you went through all the chaos, can you trust God again? And so I know for us, when we think about our journey and some of the things that we've been on, I know personally for me, that was a hard thing for me to get back into trusting God and get back into, you know what? Okay, God, I done prayed a lot. I done cried out a lot. I done hit the ground a lot. And some of this stuff that I asked for, God, you ain't move on. Yeah. So how can I trust you now after all this has happened? That is a tough thing, and that was a tough thing for me. And so when I think about just kind of our situations and just the things that we went through in life, babe, you know, how did you find a way to trust God again after some of the things? Maybe you didn't even lose trust in God, but I know I had some moments when I was disappointed, depressed, angry, frustrated, and I had to find a way to trust God again because it was a lot.
You know, I have definitely been in seasons in my life where I'm like, is this even real?
Yeah.
Is this even worth it? Like, is this God life? Because people who not trying to live for God, they seem to just be doing just fine.
That's right.
So, like, is this worth it? But, you know, I kind of came to this place where I was just like, I do trust God. I do believe that he sent his son to die on the cross for us, that he sent him to save us. I believe that with every fiber of my being. Yeah. And I honestly had to get to this place where I was just like, either I'm going to 100% all the way trust God, not saying that sometimes my faith won't waver, but either I'm 100% in this thing or I'm not. That I can't be in this space of being lukewarm. I don't know if you recall during the whole situation where we were going through with the church, this is before everything, that one day that we showed up and everything fell apart. This is on that journey. I remember you were in one car, I was in another car. We were driving up 75 coming home and you were just deflated and defeated. And I called you and I was like, listen, babe, we're at this phase now where like in this journey with this church and just in life, like either we're 100% gonna trust God or we walk away from the Christian faith. Yeah. Like there's not an in-between. And I think I said to you, if we're gonna trust God, we're gonna trust him in this process with this church. Yeah. And that's it. Yeah. Whatever come along with it, that's what it's gonna be. Yeah. And we're gonna have to walk in it and just keep our head up and try to keep pushing. Yeah. Or we walking away, we are denying the faith, we are no longer believers in God or Christ, and we are walking away. I can't do the in-between. Yeah. I feel like I go crazy in the in-between. You know, either I'm going to live with my mind made up, knowing that this Christ walk is not easy, and that we're going to go up on mountaintops and we're going to go way down deep in the valleys. Yeah. But that doesn't mean that God is not with us. That doesn't mean that God has abandoned us. That does not mean that he has left our side. Yeah. That just means that this is life and we're going through a process for whatever reason. Yeah. And we have to trust. If we trust that, if we believe in God, then that means that we trust that his word is true. And his word says that all of this crap that we going through is going to somehow work together for our good. Yeah. So,
that's real. I mean, at times, trusting God is a process. A process that you got to walk through.
I didn't say that don't mean my faith don't go up and down and waver and I don't get disappointed and discouraged at times. But whether or not God is real or whether or not he is with me, that's a constant.
Yeah. And I think that's where it becomes hard for some of us at times, because when we face whatever that severity of life is, whatever that very complex situation that is very devastating to us, it's often hard to see the side of God who is present at all times and won't leave you.
Very true.
Now here I am again, stuck in this place of trying to trust that very God that didn't seem present when I needed him. And when you said what you said to me, it was a reminder for me to understand that either it's God or no, not God. Either it's God, or we all in this thing with God, or we're just gonna be all out.
Yeah.
Like, this ain't no in between. Ain't like, you may right now be confused on whether or not you believe him, but if he is real to you, if he exists for you, if you have any inkling of any type of, even if it's a mustard seed of belief that he's God, be all in that mustard seed of belief that he's God.
Because that's all it takes.
And leave all the other stuff behind until you figure out or come to your fullness of getting back into trusting God the way that you need to. And I think one of the things that I think during my process too, that was helpful to me, was that God was okay with me trying to go through that process and work with trying to trust him again.
Yeah.
A lot of us got this idea in our hearts and our minds that either God is one way or he's done with us. Now, you got to be fully in faith, fully in trust. Yeah. And if you're not, God is not with you. That's a complete lie.
Yeah, no.
Like, God is with you when you don't even trust him at the moment. When you're trying to get your unbelief together, because right now you're just like, I'm in unbelief right now. God is with you in the unbelief too as well. And so I think oftentimes where we miss it is that we feel like if we don't trust God right now, or we have unbelief, well, God, he's not going to be with me. He's not going to be okay with that. So I'm just going to be done with God.
Yeah.
That's not the case. God is wanting to be with you during the periods where you don't fully trust him. And I was in a moment in the process, I'm like, God, I don't know if I fully trust this right now. Mm-hmm. Or you, what's going on? I got questions, God. And that's all right to have questions for God. Ain't nothing wrong with questions. You could go through scripture and see that people question God many times. There's a lot of questions. God ain't opposed to any question. He might not answer you all the time, but he ain't opposed to any question. So I think often when we are in this place where can we trust God again, and we're in this process, be okay with understanding that God understands that right now you went through a lot. That's humanity. God understands his creation. Right. He understands what he created. He took of himself and he became human himself. So it's not like
he could understand.
Yeah, so he could understand us in an even greater way. So it's not like he's like, I don't really understand what y'all guys going through. No, he understands. Y'all got to walk through a process. And so
he's okay with you in the process.
And he's okay with that. And I think that's the thing that we have to walk through at times, is understanding that through that process, God is still not only with us, but he understands that right now we may be questioning some things that's going on. And that's okay. Because God is unwavering. There's nothing that God is going to be in question. He knows everything he's doing. He has no error in his thoughts and his ways. He knows exactly what he got in his mind. He knows exactly what he wants to do. He knows exactly what he wants to do through you. He knows your beginning, your end, your middle, your in between, your seconds, your minutes, your hours, your years. It's nothing beyond God. So God ain't moving. He ain't wavering on any of this stuff. We, as humans, we the ones that got issues. And sometimes I be having issues. I'm like, God, I don't really trust you in this right here. This don't make no sense. Yeah. I'm good, Father. And he's like, okay, I'll give you time to process that because I understand. But that's the thing we got to understand, and just this understanding of, can I trust God again? Yes, you can. Mm-hmm. You just have to find a way to understand that, and not even find a way to understand. You have to grab a hold and embrace the fact that there are times in life where you may not understand what's happening and what God is allowing to happen, or why God allowed it to happen. Mm-hmm. Yet it's okay to go through the process to heal and find trust in God again.
Man, we sitting here saying all of these encouraging things, but we're in our process right now. I know I'm in my process. Let me speak for me.
We're
still in our process now where again, as far as whether or not I'm gonna trust God, for me, that's settled.
Yeah.
But the asking the question, still, God, why or what or when or where? Where do you want me to do? What you want me to go? Why are you even allowing this to happen? Where can I find you in this, God? Because I don't see you, in this situation right now. I think that's totally fine, and we like to say during these episodes that we're on this journey together.
Yeah.
We don't want to give anybody the illusion or the idea that we have arrived. And I honestly think it's going to be a lifelong journey.
Arrived.
Of healing, of drawing closer to God, of getting to know God better. We've been through a lot of things already, but we don't even know what's to come.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I think that we just have to remember that it's a journey.
Yeah, healing is not an event. It's a journey.
Yeah.
It's not, well, it's going to be a tough one, but it's not always lay my hands on you, pray over you, you heal. It's over. No, it's a journey.
You can receive your healing that day and call yourself healed.
It's a journey.
But you have to walk that journey of healing.
It's a journey.
Do I believe that there are miraculous healings where somebody can lay their hand on you and you
absolutely
100%. Reading in the book of Luke now, that's all Jesus was doing, was around here miraculously healing people, sending the disciples and having them going and healing people in his name. Absolutely, that's a thing. But there are some processes and some things that you go through that you have to, you receive your healing and you call yourself healed, but you're walking that journey out.
It's a journey. And if you don't think it's a journey, that's where you're going to get stuck because you're trying to find this immediate fix.
Yesterday I was just fine. And today I'm so sad again thinking about this thing. Or yesterday I was, I was perfect. I didn't even think about it. And today I'm a ball of tears. Yeah. You can't get stuck there. It's a journey.
Yeah. We tell people, especially in the clinical space, in the clinical pastoral care space, when you're in the hospital and you're going into rooms with individuals who face trauma or face a severe injury, or they came out of a post-recovery from surgery, and it's going to take some time for them to recover from all of this. You don't go into that environment telling them, you know what, it's going to be a quick fix. You know what? Right. You'll get out of here and it's going to be all good.
The surgeon doesn't do his work and then, all right, go run a marathon.
You don't tell them that.
No, you go home and you rest and you recover.
It's just a process.
And
It might be a lifelong process, but every day is a step towards healing for you. And that's what you got to remember, that every day is going to get better. It's not going to be fully back to everything you want it to be, but it'll get better day by day. And so we got to receive that and, understand that. That's the hardest part for us because we want stuff so quick. We want it now. We want it immediately. We want it done. Like, I don't want to. No, it's going to take some time. It's a process. We are with God. With God, we are to God. And this is so important. We are to God. We're like the clay. He's the potter. He's always the master potter. And he's always working on us as the potter, shaping us into who we need to become, refining us. Mm-hmm. And that refinement is not easy. If you've ever dealt with clay and seen a potter make clay, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of pushing. It's a lot of pressure.
Ugly before you get to the end too. It's dirty.
It's a process.
Nasty.
So God is always working with us through the process because he knows our story. He knows where we got to go. He knows our journey. So he's always moving. Sometimes God, I really truly believe that sometimes God knows our destination. He already had predestined us, made a clear distinction of what we're going to do. He's already lined all of it out and planned it all out. But somewhere down the road, he says, you know what? I actually think this might fit better in your life story. And you can even do something. I just see a level of trust in you that I haven't seen before. Boom, let me add this to your story. But sometime in adding that to your story, he might have to hit you with something that's going to hit you over the head and be like, God, where did that just come from? Why did I just lose? Wait a minute. I just lost my job? God, just wait. My wife talking about divorce? Sometimes he hits you like that because he sees something in you that you can't see in yourself. And he's like, I got something so important for you to do down the road. And I see that you can do it. So let me add this to your story. And we have to trust that during that journey, that piece, that segment of our life where we're trying to deal with whatever that is that he has allowed or that's going on in our life, that once we get through it and go through the journey and take it day by day, you're going to see the meaning for what God did in your life, or what he allowed in your life, or what he wants you to discover about your life. And so we just got to continue to understand that there's nothing that we go through in life that God is not aware of, that he cannot see, and that he cannot help us move and navigate the experience of our life. But what we got to not do is rush. We're trying to rush. We want to immediately be healed and fixed, and we want it over with in a day. And sometimes it don't work like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta go through the process. I won't say the name, but I was thinking about one of our dear friends who's faced cancer. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that I love so dearly about her is that she always has a smile on her face, and she always is finding a way to get through the day. Every day, it's a new day.
Huge encouragement.
I mean, I recently saw her and I said, how you doing? Well, I'm going through a lot. It's painful. It's hurting. This and that's going on. But you know what, Jesse? I'm finding a way to get through this day. I'm going to find a way to get through the next day.
And she always has a smile and a hug.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's what, when you can live like that and embrace life like that, even through the tragedy and even through the hurt, even through the pain, that's where you can start embracing and trusting God again too. Because if she has the heart to still have a smile and a hug for us, then I believe God still has the heart to have a smile and a hug for her too as well. In her everyday walk.
He does.
And you can find trust in your day-to-day walk once you're finding healing too as well. Because it's a process. It ain't easy. But I believe day after day, once you take that journey of healing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, you're going to find yourself in a position where, man, you know what? Either I trust God a lot, or I trust God without a doubt, or I'm still working on my trust, but I'm still going through the process. Yeah. And that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's okay. So if you're still trying to figure out if you can trust God again, you can. And here's the biggest thing that we said today. Don't feel like God's mad at you because right now you question whether or not to trust him. You didn't even think about that. You're like, okay, have your process. Have your time. Have your moment.
And I'm still waiting.
I'm still waiting for you.
Open
arms. Please don't let people convince you that God is this guy who's like, you know what? If you don't trust God, then something wrong with you. That ain't the type of God.
You're not my child anymore.
No. That ain't what
I'm turning my back on this child.
If you don't trust God, then God ain't gonna trust you. Or if you don't trust God, then God will turn his back. Yeah, guys, listen. God knows your mind. We may not know the mind of God. God knows your mind. He knows your heart. He created you. Again, he's the potter. He knows your story. He's shaping your story. And he's just with open arms ready to receive you at any moment. So don't doubt that you can't trust God again. You will be able to trust God again. And I believe that for your healing journey. All right? Well, guys, this is another one, man. I hope you gained some insight from this. And we believe that every time you watch your video that you're going to get the opportunity to heal in some capacity, in some way, because this is what we're here to do. We help you to heal and find healing in some way, in some capacity. So heal with us, heal for yourself, heal for your marriage, heal for your life, whatever it takes. Just find healing, guys. All right, until next time, see you guys.
Bye.